Addiction can feel like an unrelenting cycle of cravings, guilt, and despair, a heavy weight that seems impossible to shake. But what if there were a way to break free, not just temporarily, but for good? Emotional Freedom Techniques, or EFT, offers a transformative, science-backed approach to healing addiction by addressing its root causes, including emotional patterns and the brain's chemistry. Having worked in methadone maintenance and critically appraised its effectiveness through my thesis, I've seen the complexities of addiction firsthand. While treatments like methadone can be life-saving, they often don't address the deeper emotional wounds and neurological triggers that drive addictive behaviors. That's where EFT comes in, a powerful, complementary path to lasting recovery. Understanding addiction, the brain's role. Addiction is more than a habit. It's a rewiring of the brain's reward system. Think of your brain as having a feel-good button that gets pressed when you experience something pleasurable, whether it's eating, socializing, or using substances. Over time, addictive behaviors or substances push this button too hard and too often, leaving the brain struggling to feel good on its own. What addiction does to your brain. Floods with dopamine. Substances or behaviors trigger a surge of dopamine, creating a euphoric high, leads to tolerance. The brain adapts, needing more to achieve the same feeling, reinforces cravings. Triggers like stress, emotions, or environments create a loop of compulsive behavior, hijacks control. Addiction weakens the brain's decision-making center, making it harder to resist. Emotional addiction, the hidden trap. It's not just substances that can hijack your brain. Emotions like anger, anxiety, or sadness can be just as addictive. Why? Because your brain craves the chemical response those emotions generate, even if they're negative. How emotional addiction forms. Chemical cravings. Emotions like stress release hormones and the brain starts craving those chemicals. Reinforced patterns. Repeated emotional responses create neural pathways that make them easier to repeat. Unresolved triggers. Past experiences or trauma can unconsciously drive emotional addiction. EFT tapping, a science-backed solution for addiction. EFT is a simple yet powerful tool that combines acupressure and psychology. By gently tapping on specific points while focusing on your emotions or cravings, EFT calms the brain's stress response, rewires neural pathways, and releases emotional pain. How EFT supports recovery. Calms the fear center. Tapping reduces activity in the brain's amygdala, easing stress and cravings. Balances dopamine. EFT addresses emotional triggers, helping the brain regulate dopamine naturally. Rewires thought patterns. By interrupting negative cycles, EFT creates space for healthier habits. The science behind EFT. Research shows EFT can significantly lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone that fuels addiction. Studies also demonstrate EFT's effectiveness in reducing cravings and addressing unconscious emotional triggers, helping reprogram the brain for healthier emotional states. Transforming lives with EFT. How EFT creates lasting change, reduces cravings. Tapping directly addresses the triggers behind cravings, offering immediate relief, heals emotional pain. Addiction often masks unresolved emotions like shame, grief, or fear. EFT helps process and release these feelings, restores balance. Over time, EFT recalibrates the brain's reward system, reducing dependence on external stimuli, empowers self-control. EFT strengthens decision-making, giving you the tools to build a life of freedom. A real-life story of transformation. For over a decade, Sarah turned to alcohol to numb feelings of abandonment from her childhood. Every night she promised herself it was her last drink, but the cycle repeated. Through EFT, Sarah uncovered the emotions driving her cravings, processed her pain, and rewired her brain's reward system. Today, she's sober, thriving in her career, and uses tapping daily to maintain emotional balance. How my experience informs my EFT practice. My time working in methadone maintenance showed me the life-changing benefits of addressing physical dependence. However, it also revealed the limitations of traditional treatments in tackling the emotional and psychological roots of addiction. My thesis confirmed the need for integrative approaches, and EFT became my tool for addressing these deeper layers of healing. How to get started with EFT for addiction. If you're ready to take the first step toward freedom, Here's how to begin. Identify your triggers. Reflect on the emotions, situations, or habits tied to your addiction. Start tapping. Use a simple sequence like tapping on the side of your hand while repeating, "Even though I have this craving, I deeply and completely accept myself." Seek guidance. Work with an EFT practitioner to explore deeper patterns and achieve lasting results. Stay consistent. Like any practice, regular tapping creates the most powerful change. Transform your life today. Addiction doesn't define you. Whether it's a substance, behavior, or emotional pattern, you have the strength to break free and rewrite your story. EFT offers a proven path to deep healing, emotional freedom, and a life filled with joy. Next steps. Book your free EFT discovery session. Don't wait to start your journey to freedom. Book your free 30-minute EFT discovery session today at tapintoyourbestself.com or email tapintoyourbestself@gmail.com. Let's take the first step toward the life you deserve.